And the second case is, let's say, is the first case, as it says in the last bullet, with some other things added. Like if you are a health worker and you have just one or more of the last bullet symptoms, you could be a suspect case. The same if you lives or works in a close or long-term internment institution. That means that if you are in an orphanage, you work in an elderly home, or those kind of institution, you could be a suspect case. If you are essential staff like medics, like army, like security forces, you could be a suspect case. Or if you live in slums neighborhood, that could be another reason. Or of course, if you were in contact with a COVID case in the last 14 days. So these are the main two cases. What I actually also had are these close contact, and this the close contact, that is basically, if you see the close contact is just a Boolean value that we are going to use in the second case. We have the address actually that you see that is pointing to the second case, but this is actually based on this, that it will use this function, this slime neighborhood, that it could be an external function to check if this address is actually an external that if this address is a slum or not. In this case, I've implemented this here in this same DMN because I didn't want to call an external service, but for sure you can. Then what the other parameters we have is the profession and the workplace. Why the profession? Because we need to know if that person, if that person it is a health professional, or if it is essential staff. The workplace to know if that person works in these kind of institutions. So if you see the health professional thing, is a quite simple table that only shows, only asks if that person is, the profession of that person is medicine or nursing. In that case, it returns true. Again, the first it fits is the first, it will return that value. And if none of this is true, it will return false. Something quite similar goes with the essential stuff, where we check if that profession is our security forces or army. If you see here, we have two different rules or two different decisions for the same kind of, for the same input, that is profession, just because it's easier to split the concept into different stuff. Okay. And something quite similar goes with this workplace, because we can see if that person works in penitentiary, or if it works in an elderly residence or in an orphanage. So these are the main rules we need to work with. The most complex rule is this has symptoms. Actually, it's the main rule because the symptoms are the most complex part of or the most complex decisions are made with the symptoms. What I love about DMN is that we can see, actually, we can visually see what everything means. And with that, I meant that we can see exactly what are the inputs. We can see that these elements are the inputs that we are going to need. The other thing is that these boxes we have here, those are the decisions we are going to make, and this one, of course, those are the decisions we are making to go through the DMN to finish the second case. And the other thing that are important are those. Look at this. We could extract these symptoms in an external function. So if there is anything, if there's any other decision that needs to check if those symptoms are part of this, we can just use this external function. The same with the slum neighborhood. In this case, this is just a pure simple function that checks if the name of the address starts with slum. Because in Argentina there are many places that many directions, many addresses that start with that name. So they identify that just starting there, because actually there are no streets. So they have this the name slum or barrio, that is actually for how they are called here. And you can put everything, all the outputs, all the inputs, everything you got, or I mean, all the inputs from the user perspective, all the output from decision perspective, you can put everything into a single decision node. And in this case, this is a kind of table that I made. But the most interesting thing here is that we are including this function in this row of this table.